Hey, what's up? This is Metal Horror Gamer, and I just saw this one article that made me laugh just from the title. Look, Microsoft needs to follow the Ubisoft AAA blueprint. What? You gotta be kidding me. I mean, the whole article talks about how Microsoft, all they have for franchises and their IPs is Gears of War, Forza, Fable, and Halo. And this is true. We know this. Nothing new about that. And it says Microsoft has a hard time taking newer IPs and making them into franchises and stuff like that. And it, first of all, is dumb. Just because you make a game doesn't mean you have to make it into a franchise, okay? Some games are just better one game here and then unexpectedly later on a sequel. You know, it's okay that way. Well, one comment on this that makes sense, that's funny. The guy says, not all games need to become franchises. Setting up games to spawn franchises often leads to aggravating plot holes and cliffhangers. Would you like a new Halo and Gears pumped out each and every year, becoming increasingly broken and uninspired? AAA games are being pressured to spend more on production and marketing, and us gamers, well, some of us are just getting bored of the same recipe with one new ingredient, which is the main problem with franchises. I can't even. And I completely agree what he's saying. That is exactly what's wrong with the Ubisoft model. They take a great game like Assassin's Creed and they run it into the ground because they don't give the developers enough time to make these games. I mean, for real, if they would slow down, we would probably only be on maybe Assassin's Creed 3 right now, but we're way past that because they just keep milking these things out every fucking year. As you can see, it finally caught up to them with Unity. I'm not 100% backing them and saying, oh, it's probably going to be fixed for the next game coming out, but I don't buy it. And they might be able to fix it, I don't know, but Ubisoft really doesn't care about fixing their games. They just care about getting it out there, making it look good, so you can buy it, and then they start to work on the next game. I mean, no one needs to follow the Ubisoft method. This article is just like crap. I mean, the guy just pretty much sucks Ubisoft's dick in this whole article, saying, "Oh, Ubisoft knows what they're doing. They know how to take games and make them into franchises and stuff like that." You know what? I don't know what he's talking about. I mean, every game, all I ever hear from Ubisoft is Assassin's Creed. What, Watch Dogs, and that did horribly. You know, it was a terrible game. It didn't look anywhere near as it should have. And as we found out, on the PC you can make it look like the way it looked when it was first showed, and not with the help of mods. That code is still in the game. That code was just not enabled. Why? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of speculations why they did that. Maybe because if the PC could make it look like that and the consoles couldn't, it would make the consoles look like shit, and maybe they didn't want that to happen. Who knows? But people can now play Watch Dogs on PC with it looking like the way it did when they first showed it off. Obviously the consoles can't because they're too weak, but PC can. But I said, when it comes to Ubisoft, all I hear is Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed. That's all they do. Do you want to see a Gears of War every year? Do you want to see a Halo every year? A Fable? Fable sucks anyways. Fable is one of the most boring franchises I've ever seen. And I don't know how they have as many games as they do. It's boring. You know, Forza, it's a car game. Who cares? You know, but Halo, do you want to see Halo and Gears of War every single year? No, that would completely kill those franchises there. Speaking on AAA games, I hate AAA games. You know, and if you're oblivious to the behind the scenes of gaming, then you don't know this. And this is why people think AAA games are good, or they don't understand why the way games are nowadays. Look, AAA games, what I see it as, they are just designed to the shittiest product possible while making it look good. That's what AAA games are. And sometimes they come out to be fun. That's by accident. Because AAA games, all that money for AAA games, they give you a big budget, right? There's a huge budget on these games, but they also waste a lot of money on marketing and crap like that. But the bad part is, you think, wow, but they have all this money, they can do whatever they want. No, because the sad truth is, when you're spending all this money, these companies have to make sure that they get that money back. They don't want to spend as much money and then not make more money than what they spent. That's the way it works. Now, because of this is why games like franchises don't change, don't innovate, don't change it up. Like Call of Duty, they have this formula that they know suckers will buy again and again and again. So why waste money trying to reinvent the wheel and make it good while they can still just not change anything and know for sure that they get the profits that they are looking for. That's the way it works. And when you're on a big budget title, you don't have the freedom to do out of the box things. And I'm talking about from art, from design, from programming, everything pretty much. In AAA games, everything has to be done pretty much by the book, because if we try to do something new and innovative, you don't know, it may put them behind schedule. It may take too long, and it may just not be coming out. And everyone gets set back a week or 2 weeks, and it just goes up. It's just every person that gets to handle the next piece of work is now behind 2 weeks, and then they might get behind, and they get behind. And AAA games can't have that, because AAA games also want their games out by a specific time, and they rush these games, which is why I believe AAA games are killing the market as well, because they are just fast games that are made they're just games that are made real quick with not that much quality in the gameplay to them. It's pretty much a by the book game. Like, if they make a AAA shooter, I guarantee the shooting mechanics is by the book. They don't have room to innovate anything, because it's just not in the budget to do that, because it may delay the game, and they can't have that. And that's what's one thing bad about AAA games because of that. And another thing bad about it is that since they play by the book, you'll never see games any different than what we're seeing now, because they're too afraid to step out their comfort zone, because they know this way they will get the money they want. But if they change it, they may not. And that doesn't mean if they change it, it will be bad. It could be better. But the fans, all these gamers who grew up in these eras that don't know how to play real challenging games, that play these dumbed down games with all these tutorials and flashing glowy objects to let you know, go here, go there, pick up this, pick up that, they can't play these harder games. A lot of them can't, and that's why a lot of these games are dumbed down now. I mean, if you put a Call of Duty player and a match with Quake 3, he'll get his ass kicked. That's just the multiplayer part. He'll get his ass kicked each and every single fucking time. And you put someone who grew up with any shooter campaigns nowadays, and put them into Doom or Quake, and I guarantee you they will be lost. They won't know what the fuck to do. That's just the way it is. These people, these generations now are built and raised on dumbed down games with dumbed down mechanics, with hand holding at every turn. AAA games love this, because this makes sure that they can sell to the most people possible, from any age range, from 5 to 40. That's what, when you're making an indie game, your budget's not so high, so you don't have to market to everyone. You can just say, hey, this is an indie game. It's like a 90s inspired FPS, and a lot of people that like those games will buy it, so they'll most likely make their profit. But they're not dumbing it down or marketing it to the mass market. They don't have to. AAA games have to, so they have to dumb their games down, and they have to make them look really good, which is why they like to put all these cutscenes and graphics. They want to make it look as good as possible, because it hides the fact that their game in the core, the cake of it, is not that good. It's faulty. It's not very good, and that's the problem with AAA games. And to say anyone should follow anyone's model for AAA games is stupid, especially Ubisoft's model. Ubisoft doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. They release broken games again and again and again. They don't fix them. But AAA games is bad in general. I don't like AAA games. I'm sick of AAA games. I like games that go outside the box. I'll try to give you something new. The AAA models for RPGs, for action, for shooters, it's all been done, and it's all being done every single year. And it's boring. I mean, how anyone can say they still have fun with games like Call of Duty or Battlefield, I have no idea. It's the same game again. But as you notice, I know you guys noticed, every game that comes out has been slightly getting worse and worse and worse. Look at Assassin's Creed. You can tell. Battlefield, people who love Battlefield 2 said Battlefield 3 kind of sucked, and it got fixed. Then people hated Battlefield 4, and then they hated Hardline. Call of Duty, people liked Call of Duty 1, 2. They didn't really care for 3 too much. It wasn't that bad from right here. They liked part 4. The people had said World of War wasn't that great, and then Modern Warfare 2 came out, and it was broken to shit, and then people hated the next one, and hated the next one, and hated the next one. They still keep playing it. Look at Madden. It sucks. It sucks every year. This is what AAA does. They focus so much time on everything else but the gameplay, because they have to save the blueprint of that game. They can't be creative with it. They have to go buy the book with you. And a lot of people don't notice this. AAA games are a plague on video games. There's nothing good that can come from a AAA game. And AAA games produce microwave gaming. They don't want you to play these games for years. They want you to play it for a little bit and then buy their next one, and then buy their next one, and buy their next one. They don't want you to play a game that's going to entertain you for years to come. They just want you to play the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. That's all they do. How anyone can support AAA games, I have no idea. And I'm sorry, this video has been going on for a long time. To me, I'm ranting too long. I'm just telling you, no one should follow the Ubisoft method. Microsoft, they don't have anything except Halo and Gears, but they definitely should not turn those into Assassin's Creeds. No. And we don't need more AAAs. We need less AAAs and more good games. Because AAA games don't produce masterpiece of games. They don't. They just make beautiful looking games with graphics, but nothing innovative and nothing different, nothing new. It's all the same shit. AAA games is killing the market. I don't care what you say. That's the truth. Because we're not getting the quality of games we used to get before. Because AAA games can't go outside the box. Alright, well, I think I've talked enough about this. This has been Metal Horror Gamer, and I'll see you guys next.